I'm the man in town.
Yeah, I'm the man now. You feel me? Crazy. And it look crazy.
We all want the yards.
Yeah, we want the yards, man.
The yards.
So yeah,
you can keep the touchdown. Give me 3 touchdowns, but 1,000 yards.
Right.
I'm okay with that. You know.
The Players Club is presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders. Welcome back. Another season of the Players Club. I'm London Fletcher. Got my main man, Santana Moss.
What's up, buddy?
We got a special guest.
Big
the
time.
The one, the only, Jahan Dotson.
Yes, sir.
Jahan, we appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for coming, buddy.
Yep, appreciate y'all having me, man.
Oh, man. So last weekend, you got a chance to go back. We saw you on the sidelines of the Penn State, West Virginia game. What was it like to be able to go back and check your former teammates out?
Yeah, it's always good being back in State College, man, especially when you get a chance to go with your brothers that you spent so much time there with. It is special spending those moments with them. You had some unforgettable moments in that stadium, on that campus. So it's always good just to cherish that stuff and be around the guys.
I found out about you last year from a friend of mine. He's dating a girl, well, his fiance now. Her family has Penn State season tickets.
Yeah.
He goes to all the games with the family. He said, bro, it's a dude named Jahan Dotson. It's always open. And so, I listened, I watched a little bit, but then we really watched you later on when it was time to draft you, 2 years ago, rather. So he goes to the game last week. He said, bro, it's another guy out here, number one.
Yeah.
He remind me of Jahan. So I'm not sure. You be the judge. Who is this number one receiver that's out there at Penn State now?
Keandre Lambert-Smith.
He's a new kid.
Dog.
He's been there.
He's been there. He played since he was a freshman, but he was kind of behind me. And it's kind of like that. It's crazy how it works at Penn State because it seemed like every receiver you kind of just gotta wait for.
Wait your turn.
Gotta wait for your moment.
Wow.
That's how it was with me when I was there, and then with him, and now he go flourish this year, man.
So he's a guy that we got to keep an eye on.
Yeah. First game, 4 catches, 123, 2 tugs.
How do you think like a guy like that seeing you come back, just knowing what you did on the NFL level, that kind of just I'm pretty sure it ignited him just to go out there and shine in front of you, just knowing because I remember Michael Irvin, those guys coming out watching us play. I always wanted to get up for those games and just see my guys. So I could have just imagined how it was for you.
For sure. I mean, I know when I was playing there, and then guys like I played with KJ Hamler. When he would come back, I would have to show him like, I'm the man in town.
Yeah,
I'm the man now. You feel me? So
yeah,
I'm happy he had a big game, and I can't wait.
That's dope, man. That's dope.
I know Ohio State and Michigan, they got their rivalry. There's been some Ohio State, Penn State major games with the whiteout and all that stuff. Who is Penn State's like main rival in the Big Ten?
Yeah.
See, I don't think we have one. We kind of got like these weird dog fights with everybody. Like we got some beef with Maryland. We got a bunch of Maryland guys on the team.
Okay.
Ohio State, Michigan, obviously. I feel like those two, especially because it's always us three as the top teams in the league. So, but we pride ourselves on Penn State unrivaled. We kind of don't have a rival. We just go out there every game, and we kind of look at it as the same. We got to go 1-0.
Time for the player profile presented by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Washington Commanders.
Tell me, what was it like, man? I mean, I remember being in your shoes. Young receiver, got picked the same pick, first round, 16 pick, but my story was a little different.
Yeah.
So didn't have the rookie season that you had. So I knew how my off season went. It was a little different. It was fun, but it was a little different grind. How was your off season, your first off season after your rookie season? What was it? Tell me, how has it been? I'm pretty sure you got money now. Yeah. you can do as you please.
Right.
But you went out there and shine on the big stage, and that's what we want to do more than anything. We want to play well.
Right.
How has it been for you knowing what you did your first year and all the eyes that's probably been on you, from day one, but now you have more on you? What it's been like?
Yeah, my first offseason was cool. I had a pretty solid. I feel like I had a pretty solid year last year, but I feel like there was so much more I could have did.
Yeah.
And this offseason, I made sure that this year, I'm not leaving anything on the table.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I want to come back. I want to be better than I was last year, double, triple that. So I just want to have a big year for myself, because I put in so much hard work.
Yeah.
And God gave me so much ability, and I just want to capitalize on it.
We was talking earlier before we got on about Gold Feet and those guys down there in Florida. It's crazy because I'm from Dade County, I'm from Miami, and those guys from Broward County, that's Fort Lauderdale area. And it's a group of brothers, and they have this company that they label themselves as Gold Feet. I think they're sponsored by Adidas. One of the brothers, if I'm not mistaken, plays rugby, and the other brother, he's the big cocky dude. He plays rugby, and then the younger, or I'm not sure if he's the youngest or whatever, but he just knows what he does. I mean, he knows his stuff, man.
You got to tell him who Gold Feet is.
So that's what I'm saying. So I was going to ask you, how did you meet those guys? And if you don't mind dropping their names, you can.
Yeah, so they go Gold Feet Global. My guy TA, that's my dog, man. I grew up basically high school. I was watching videos. Like he was in an Adidas commercial. You remember the one where he was chasing rabbits?
Yeah,
he was in that one. And then I saw him in college. He was working with guys. So I'm like, man, I gotta go down there. I gotta see what the work about. Yeah. Went down there, and I've been going down every year since, man.
You did this in college. You went to see him.
I went to see him in college, and then I pre-draft, he came out to Arizona. I was training with him down there, with him in the off season, with him this off season. So I've been just going. I feel like he the guru. Like a footwork. Like he don't train just receivers too. He trains DBs.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so he does it all, and it's crazy because I always tell this story. Like we'll be out there training, and he'll be training us. No shoes on, nothing. And if we can't do something, he'll lace up his cleats real quick. Do it. Crazy. Really? And it looked crazy. Like, it's so wild. So, yeah, that's my guy, man. He really the guru.
Yeah. When you look at this wide receiver room that you're in, you got yourself, Terry McLaurin, Curtis Samuel, Dami. He's having a great offseason, and he had a great preseason, Dami. What's it like being in that wide receiver room? And you have a new wide receiver coach, former Penn Stater, Bobby Ingram. What's that room like?
Yeah, our room's great. I feel like we the tone setters on the team. We the playmakers. Yeah. We the guys who go give that spark to our team if we wanna go somewhere, if we wanna do something. So I feel like we got guys 1 through 5, 1 through 6 who can really just take the top off of defense. You get the ball to them in space, they could take it 80 yards to the house. Like we have those guys. We have that ability in our room. So we just gotta bring it all together. Make sure that this year we playing for each other, and we just go out and do what we do, man. We got a lot of guys who can do it. We just gotta go out there and prove it.
2023 season is here. Everybody have their way of doing things and going about things. I'm pretty sure London probably had things he penciled down what he wanted to do. Me, myself, personally, I just wanted to be ready. As a receiver, we could never really dictate what's going to happen.
Exactly.
The quarterback's going to be right, so I'm going to get a lot of opportunities. Who knows? Are you a planner, or are you a guy to say, hey, I'm going to make sure I dot all my I's and cross all my T's, and then, the show going to be the show. Exactly. I'm going to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's me.
How you go about that?
That's me right there. Yeah. I make sure that, I'm prepared, obviously, for anything, any situation. But whatever happens out there on the field, I'm gonna react to it.
Bingo.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go do me at the end of the day, because that's what I know best. Yeah. But I'm gonna make sure I'm prepared in all assets. But I'm gonna go out there and do me.
You mentioned quarterback, Tanner. We got a new starting quarterback, second-year player, QB1 now, Sam Howell. How has that chemistry been with you and Sam so far, up to this point of the season?
Yeah, I feel like it's been really good. We've been getting a lot of work in this off season. These training camp practices, OTAs, different stuff like that. But I feel like he's kind of like, I keep saying, he's kind of like me. Like he don't say much. He just go out there and be about his business.
Yeah.
And that's what you want in a quarterback. He's fearless, and he always looks poised. He never looks rattled. And it's easy to play for someone like that. So it's definitely pretty cool seeing him flourish in this offense. And I can't wait to go make plays.
So you mentioned this offense. Yeah. We got to talk about EB.
Yeah. I was waiting.
Eric Bieniemy, the new offensive coordinator. You guys' new offensive coordinator. He talks a lot.
Yeah.
How much of an adjustment has it been playing for Eric, and and also playing in his system?
Yeah. I mean, his way of coaching is crazy because that's kind of how my dad been coaching me all my life, man. He loud. He gonna tell you how it is. He's a straight shooter, but he only wants the best for you. And that's truly what you want in a coach, someone who's going to look out for you all the time, who's going to bring the best out of you. So it's been fun, honestly. And he has some exciting stuff for us, especially the receiver room. Exciting stuff for us this year to go attack other defenses. So I can't wait, man. This training camp has been fun, but I can't wait for the season, man.
Don't go away. We're coming back with more. Actually, we're going to come back and look at some of Jahan's best plays from the 2022 season.
And as soon as they called the play call,
Knew it.
I knew it. I knew nothing was stopping me. Nothing.
Welcome back to the Players Club. We're going to check out some of Jahan's best plays from his rookie season. Let's take a look at Jahan driving towards greatness, presented by Eastern's Automotive Group. Any car, any way, for anyone. This is week 1.
Yeah, Jacksonville. Yeah, that little move was sick too.
Ooh.
Pluck it.
What were you thinking as you came off and you had that DB?
Man, as soon as they called the play call,
You knew it.
I knew it. I knew nothing was stopping me. Nothing. So
Tata, as a receiver, what do you appreciate
First
about
of
this
all,
route?
I'm just hoping that, I appreciate about the route is that little thing he did at the top of it. When you gave him that little right there, the DB's going to mirror you. So he mirrored him, and he got him where he wanted to, and he was able to slip him.
All right, here we go again. This
That
right
was
here.
the game winner right there. That was the
Yeah.
stamp.
But I don't think we talked enough about the catch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That catch was sick, man.
Now, that play right there, what was the play call? I don't know if you even remember the play call.
I don't even remember the play call, but I just knew that we never threw that route in practice all week.
Wow.
Really?
So it was kind of crazy for me to get it.
Yeah. And that's just going to show you right there for a guy like yourself, man. Like you say, man, you just ready. You
Yeah.
reacting to whatever
Exactly.
happens to you. But you've been in this moment so many times that as a receiver, we just want the ball thrown our way.
Here's me as a defensive player looking at that. When you sold the out,
Right.
like it's something with your head. You see a lot of guys, they don't
use all that,
They don't
yeah.
use all that. Like your turning your head is telling that defensive player that I'm running an out.
Right.
And then you hit him with the out and up. That right there for a young guy to be able
Yeah.
to do that, that's special. See what
That's
we
what
got
make him he's a technician when it comes to running routes.
Yeah.
Oh, this the Cowboy game. I was up there, man.
We don't like those Cowboys.
You know when you scoring touchdowns against them, man, you're gonna be loved forever. So unfortunately we didn't get the win, but yeah, you went out there and showed them what you're about. That's a great grab right there too.
Another move at the top of the route, Tanner.
Yeah. I mean, it's tight because we want to do so much more, you know what I mean? But when a guy's kind of dictating to you how far you can go, all you can do is double them up real
Right.
quick,
Here we go.
Giants game.
You take us through this one.
Yeah, it's crazy because remember we was talking about goal feet earlier.
Yeah.
We worked on this exact same
I
route.
saw it. I remember seeing it on Instagram.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So and it's late in the season too, so it's like coaches always say you revert back to your training.
Mm-hmm.
So this is me reverting back to what I was doing in the off season,
That right there, that
Yeah.
hesitation.
That
little
little hesitation
hesitation.
on the shallow cross.
and then the God-given ability just kicked in a little bit.
Spin move, and then throw it into the stands. Throw the ball into the stands.
Take that.
Now you had you spent some time up in New York, right? Did you have a lot of people at this game?
Oh yeah, this is Jersey. This is
Yeah.
where I grew up.
Yeah.
man.
Okay, right,
I had
yeah.
the whole fam there that weekend.
It's the Giants. You don't like them Giants either.
This was big too. I remember this one. I was hoping you got out of that thing.
Man, I was so mad I didn't.
That's one of the things too that a lot of people don't talk about, man. Like, you can run great routes. You have deceptive speed. I kind of say that you're faster than what people might think,
Yeah.
but your hands is second to none, bro. And that's going to take you farther than anything, man. You pluck everything with hands, and I love seeing it happen because, guys like myself, I just try to make the catch, but you plucking them.
Okay, no, I lied. We got one more play. Here it is. Because at the start of that route, you gave him something. I don't know if our
So that's like a
camera-
slant
this
route,
right
right?
here.
Yeah,
Boom, right there. Hey,
on to sleep a little bit.
gave him the little hezzy leg, a little dead leg a little bit.
Oh yeah, I love this, man. With Jahan, seeing as though you went back and this offseason you looked at and said you left a lot of stuff on the field. I can't wait to see what 2023 brings.
No doubt.
Me too, man.
Let's take a look at the most rewarding moments brought to you by Fanatic Sportsbook, the most rewarding sportsbook. What an amazing rookie season. Now, what was your most rewarding moment?
Yeah, I would say I have two. First one being our first game, scoring 2 touchdowns, and then coming out on top, getting the dub. And second, I'm a yards guy. I had a lot of touchdowns, but I'm a yards guy.
We all want the yards.
Yeah, we want the yards,
we want
man.
the yards.
So yeah,
you can keep the touchdown. Give me 3 touchdowns, but 1,000 yards.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You know.
So I got to go back to my first 100-yard game versus the Giants. That was a big one.
No, that
for
was
me.
big.
Yeah.
That was big, no doubt.
What about you, Tanner? What was your most rewarding moment?
He's told you, yards guy. So I have a few of them, but I'm gonna put pinpoint the first one that stands out. Christmas Eve 2005, played against the Giants, had 3 touchdowns, 100-some yards, and it was just a joyful day. You know what I mean? It was signs that said Santana Claus, and I was giving out presents, man. I was giving out the gifts that the DBs didn't want.
All right, you get one. You get a gift. You get a gift. Oh, as I think about my most rewarding moment, I played a long time. I would probably say I've had a couple 20-tackle games. So for me, that's almost like equivalent of getting 100 yards as a receiver. Now, with 20, that's almost like getting 150 yards as a receiver. So having I had 20 tackles in a couple games here in Washington. So
you flying around.
I was out there.
I remember witnessing some of those.
Yeah,
games.
I just felt great at going into the game that day. Like I'm about to eat. Jahan, we appreciate you joining us.
Yes.
If you don't mind, we're gonna have you sign our helmet.
You the first, so start this year off right. We should go out there and cut a lot of grass this weekend, man.
Yeah.
You know, as receivers, I used to always tell folks I'm finna go cut grass when I'm gonna have a good game.
Yeah. All right,
so
thanks for joining us. Coming up on this edition of the Players Club at a sold-out FedEx Field. Let's start there.
Can't wait.
With the stadium being sold out.
Can't wait.
Welcome back to the Players Club. Tanner, we got to talk about this Week 1 matchup against the Arizona Cardinals. It's time for Protect the House, brought to you by Johnson Kendall Johnson, the official insurance broker and risk management partner of the Washington Commanders, where our passion is your protection. At a sold-out FedEx Field. Let's start there.
Can't wait.
With the stadium being sold out.
Can't wait. I mean, honestly, bro, I got a chance to see it when we was playing.
Yes.
I think I saw it once or twice when, covering this team after my playing years. But I'm not sure if it was more of our fans at that time. I saw a packed stadium, but we saw a lot of those other jerseys.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing how we come out and show out this week. I think a lot of these fans have been waiting to come back.
Yes.
Waiting to pay homage to the team that they grew up, loving. And they have every right to be back. They have every right to have the energy that they're having right now, looking forward to things being better. And we actually have a team that we all kind of optimistic about, just knowing that it seems like the energy has been just that much different,
Absolutely.
This offseason and throughout training camp. So I'm looking forward to the stands, the fans being there, the stands being packed. And more than anything, I'm waiting to see these guys show up and go out there and give them what they came to see.
Absolutely. I love the fact that they're going to get an opportunity to experience what you said we both witnessed.
Yeah.
Our fans being in the stadium,
in the stand.
Cheering for us. You mentioned the optimism of this team. Part of that optimism has to start first and foremost with Sam Howell. Mm-hmm. Second-year quarterback, first-year starter. He's excelled in the preseason.
Yeah.
He's in a new system under Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator, who's paid. We already see the fruits of his addition to this coaching staff, the way they're practicing, the way they operated in those preseason games, the way Sam has developed. And I can't wait to see Sam week 1 go out there with a full game plan and having EB in his ear and being able to operate in this system with the weapons that we have on offense.
Yeah, me too. One of the things that I've seen is just like, just watching him in the preseason, he's been calm, and it seemed like he's been so dialed in that you haven't seen him. It seemed like nothing has been alarming to him. And in the preseason, you don't do a lot. But still, when I saw things break down on the field, and you would think any other quarterback, whether it's preseason, regular season, we all seen it. We seen a lot of guys that we play with and the guys that we've been covering lately. They get rattled a little bit.
Yeah,
they get antsy and they try to do something that's not common to what they've been coached to do or what they have learned to get, to do to get out of those situations. And it seems to me, just watching Sam, because, one of the biggest things I look for in the offense, when offense is going to be good, when things are not there, what do you do now?
Yeah.
And Sam have seemed to just say, okay, the guy's not open, I scramble, I get these 3-4 yards.
Yeah.
And when you have that in the quarterback, man, the sky's the limit.
And he does it quickly.
That's what I'm saying.
He does it.
It's no thought. It's just
exactly.
like, I see it, I'm gone. I'm not going to sit here and pad anymore, no longer trying to look for something. I'm gone. And as he escaping the pocket, most of the time, he is looking downfield to see if one of those guys get open. We saw him make a couple of plays like that throughout the preseason. But if they're not there, he go out there and get the yards that's needed, and he get out of bounds.
And he's bigger than most people think.
Yeah.
He's solidly built. We saw him, break a couple tackles in the pocket. Thank you for watching the Players Club. We'll see y'all next week.